I went on a date with an old coworker once, and to this day I still think about how insane the whole experience was. Back when we worked together, I thought he was pretty cute, but I was still underage at the time, so nothing ever happened between us. A couple of years later, after I started college, I came across his profile on a dating app. We matched almost immediately and started talking again. At first, everything seemed normal. He was funny, easy to talk to, and offered to help me study for one of my college classes because he had already taken the course before. Eventually, we made plans for me to come over to his place so we could study together. He insisted on picking me up from my dorm instead of me driving myself. He said it would be easier because we could stop at the store on the way and grab snacks, and he wanted to pay for everything. At first, I thought it was sweet. The moment I got into his car, though, I started noticing little things that made me uncomfortable. His car was unbelievably messy. There were fast food wrappers everywhere, random clothes thrown in the back seat, and the cup holder was literally being used as an ashtray overflowing with cigarette butts. I remember trying not to judge him too quickly because, honestly, my own car was messy at the time too. I had been going back and forth between my dorm and my parents' house every weekend, so I always had bags and clothes scattered around. So I convinced myself it wasn't a big deal. We stopped at the store, grabbed snacks, and then headed to what I assumed was his house. Except it wasn't actually his house. It turned out he was living in the basement of his former friend's parents' home because the friend had been kicked out. Again, I tried not to jump to conclusions because people go through difficult situations all the time. But the second he opened the basement door, I immediately wanted to leave. I honestly cannot fully describe how disgusting it was. There was only a tiny path through the room because trash covered almost the entire floor. Piles of garbage reached above my knees. There were empty cans of cat food everywhere, old food containers rotting in corners, dirty laundry piled up across the furniture, and cat feces scattered throughout the basement. The smell hit me so hard I almost gagged right there at the door. The couch he wanted us to sit on was covered in stains, and I remember trying not to touch anything while pretending everything was fine. I felt trapped because he had driven me there, and I didn't want to make the situation awkward or dangerous by reacting too strongly. So I sat there for over an hour pretending to study while internally panicking the entire time. I could barely focus because the smell was overwhelming. It felt like it had soaked into my clothes and hair within minutes. I kept trying to breathe through my mouth while also acting normal enough that he wouldn't realize how horrified I was. Thankfully, before we met up, I had already mentioned that I needed to attend a study group later that evening. That excuse ended up saving me. After enough time had passed that it wouldn't seem suspicious, I told him I needed to head back to campus. The drive back felt longer than the drive there. The second I got back to my dorm room, I practically threw myself into the shower. I blocked his number immediately afterward and never spoke to him again. Since then, I've run into him a few times in public, but I always pretend I don't recognize him. And honestly, the craziest part is that I swear the smell stayed stuck in my nose for an entire week afterward. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.